All right, good morning everyone, it's Ben here from Sydney Fruit Gardening. Just thought I'd do a quick video. We came back from our holiday up on the north coast of New South Wales, and this video will just show you how some of the plants are going. I might add some footage to the end from Tropical Fruit World. We'll see how we go, or that might be another video, but I did do a couple of short clips up there which I'll show you. But unfortunately, when I went away, when I set up my sprinkler system, I use a Wi-Fi connected. So this is just a normal sprinkler, but at the tap, I've got a Wi-Fi connected sprinkler controller, but it's also Bluetooth connected. So this is it here. It's called the Orbit Beehive, and there's an app that you can use to then set the time for when the sprinkler will go off. And I tested it all before I left, of course, but what I didn't realise is that when I was testing it, it was only connected via Bluetooth, and I actually hadn't plugged in the other bit, which is the Wi-Fi controller that allows me to control it remotely. So unfortunately, we did have a couple of really hot days and very little rain, so a lot of the plants did suffer. So I'll show you some of that, and yeah, so how they're recovering as well. So I did run the sprinkler for probably 2 hours last night just to try and help them recover. You can see here, look at this black sapote seedling. Yeah, it got smashed, and this is all out in the open here, and I deliberately put them out in the open so that I could get the sprinkler to go across all of them. But never mind. The worst hit were probably the figs, and this guy's looking a lot better than what he was last night. All these leaves were drooping down, but you know, I think a lot of these will probably fall off. I just hope that the fruit isn't too damaged. There's a lot of fruit on there. Some of them are feeling hard again. They were very soft last night. This one still feels quite soft. It looks like it's even pushing out some juice there or something. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see how they go. What else was affected? This sapodilla is quite badly affected, as you can see there. The avo was drooping quite heavily last night, but seems to have come back with the watering. This coffee tree was drooping quite a bit and still is drooping a little, but is looking better. Again, yeah, some damage on the black sapote seedling. This one here. What else? The others don't look too bad, to be honest, in this area. The miracle berry did really well. Still got a couple of seed buds on there. Not seed buds, flower buds. Let's see if I can show you. Flower bud there. Flower bud there. Flower bud there. So it'll be really cool if I can get some miracle berries on this one. Put that back. Over here, excuse me. Again, it was mostly the figs, which are, all these little figs are quite root bound, but they don't seem to mind it. And I seem to find with figs they just take up the available pot space, no matter how big a pot you put them in. This Abbey is doing right. It was quite droopy last night, but now that it's had a bit of water, it seems to have come back okay. You can see this fig struggled a bit. But yeah, listen, they've most things have done okay. I was surprised that this Luke's Garcinia, the leaves these new leaves that popped out are actually okay. Quite often you see with the Garcinia, the leaves get quite burnt in the sun, the brand new leaves, so they did all right. The new peach, tropical peach, did okay. There was no issues at all there, and all the in-ground ones kind of did all right, to be honest. The white sapote doing good. Some new growth, I think, trying to start there. So the white sapote did all right. Banana has been doing really good. It just keeps on popping out new leaves, this dwarf Dakar, so really happy with that guy and how it's recovered. I think this one, this was a pup I got of a red Dakar. I think it's going to do all right too. Now the Panama berry, I fixed this last night, but it was actually laying horizontally on the ground when I came back, because we did have a storm, and this stake actually broke and the whole tree was laying flat on the ground. So I propped it back up and gave it a good water last night, but it the one fruitlet which I was watching had fallen off. So I'm hoping a couple of these other fruitlets do decide to stay on. One there, another one sort of there. And it seems to continue to be flowering quite a bit. A little bit of dieback down the bottom here. Yeah, so it did cop a bit of heat. This little jackfruit's looking actually quite healthy now. I think, this leaf's looking quite nice and glossy. This one's looking pretty good. So I think it might be on the road to recovery. Black sapote's doing fine. Yeah, here were two more figs. These ones were really quite badly affected, though. Both of these had the leaves just drooping down. I've actually pulled the leaves off this one because they were just brown and completely dead, but there's this one leaf which I guess is still sort of alive. Yeah, these figs are feeling a bit soft too. Yeah, and this one as well. You can see the sort of damage it copped just from not having access to enough water and being in the heat too much. So I think they'll come back all right. But yeah, lesson learned. Make sure the Wi-Fi hub for the automated sprinklers plugged in. Okay, Chacha's doing fine. It did cop some damage. You can see there some of the new leaves got a bit burned, but overall not too bad. All right, I'll go at the front and just show you the front quickly. I'll go to the Kwai Muk for a second because I think it's starting to pop out some growth. Slowly but surely we're getting a bit of growth back on the Kwai Muk. I've just pushed some of these raspberry bushes back because I think they're blocking access to the sun for the Kwai Muk. So hopefully that'll turn around soon. Alright, I'll take you to the front now. Alright, so the Irwin mango. Irwin mango's doing good. It's got lots of mangoes on there, right? But only on one side. This side that didn't hold any mangoes. But this side is actually starting to shoot off some new growth, so I was really happy to see that, because that's what this little tree needs to do at the moment, is grow rather than put on fruit. So I've left a lot of these on what is there? There's 7 mangoes on there now. This side is not putting out any growth yet, so I'm probably going to pull a few more of these mangoes off. Every now and then I'm just pulling, you know, pulling some of the smaller ones off. I'll pull that one off there. So yeah, it's doing all right. Roses are looking good. Pomegranate's looking good. Nothing out here really got affected. The white mulberry seems, sorry, red mulberry seems to have its leaves folded up a bit like this, but it's got lots of new shoots coming as well. So I think that one's doing good. And probably the Fuyu persimmon is the other one I'll show you. It does seem to lose a couple every now and then, but it's still got, you know, a number of them on there. Just got to work out when I start throwing on the mesh bags to protect them from the various pests that we get. Alright, so as I mentioned, we did go and visit Tropical Fruit World up in near Kingscliff on the north coast of New South Wales. Great spot if you can get there. You know, they allow you to do a bit of a farm tour there. They stop off and you know, you get to taste different tropical fruits, have a look at the trees, you know, pick some fruit off the tree. So it's a really good experience if you can get up there. But yeah, even got the Tropical Fruit World t-shirt. And the other great thing is that you can get you get to get seeds. So I've brought back a whole heap of seeds, which I'll show you as well. All right, so we brought back a few different seeds, starting with the largest one over here. This is the Mamey sapote. Mamey sapote looks a little bit like a giant sapodilla, and the taste is different, but the seed is actually quite large, and this one was actually germinating inside of the fruit, so I've had to just keep it damp to bring it back here. Then we've got the green sapote. Again, these two seeds were germinating inside the fruit. You can see here that's starting to put out a root there. This one too. Canistel, again another one trying to germinate inside the fruit. The Canistel seeds have this sort of rough patch on the top, but it's smooth all around. White sapote had quite a lot of white sapote up there. I think there was different varieties. I'm not quite sure what varieties, but I brought back seeds from the tastier ones that we had. Black sapote, which you're all familiar with, the chocolate pudding fruit, and sapodilla or sapodilla. Not quite sure how to say it, but yeah, a couple of seeds there for that particular tree. So these will all go in soil soon and hopefully germinate or continue germinating and give me a few new trees to look after back here. So that's them. I'll show you some of the fruit in a moment. Alright, we did eat most of the fruit up in Tropical Fruit World, but here's a couple that we did bring back. We've got here the Canistel. So these yeah, I find they have to be a little bit soft to eat them, otherwise they're a bit chalky. But if they're a bit soft, they have a bit like a, I don't know, similar to a pumpkin taste. Yeah, reasonably sweet, and yeah, just an enjoyable fruit to eat. Black sapote, everyone's probably familiar with, the chocolate pudding fruit that doesn't really taste like chocolate pudding, but you know, if you get a good one, they can be They can be nice and sweet. They have a good texture to them. I eat them just as they are, but my son likes to have them frozen, so we actually scoop the flesh out, put it inside ice cube trays, add a little bit of lime or lemon juice, just a touch, and then freeze them. And they're nice little ice blocks that he enjoys. And the green sapote. So again, I found this one had to be a little bit soft to eat it. This one is softening up a bit now. Yeah, almost sort of a sweet, but a little bit of a nutty texture, or nutty taste, I should say. But yeah, good fruit. We enjoyed these as well. We probably enjoyed these more than the Mammy sapote. Different taste to the Canistel, but yeah, good fruit. So those were just a couple of the ones that we brought back and we haven't yet eaten, which I thought I'd show you. So yeah, I'll try and cut up some of the other video I took up at Tropical Fruit World and leave the end of this video with a few of those clips that you can have a look at. I do recommend you get up there yourself. Every tropical fruit lover in Australia should get there, I reckon. It's just a good experience, and you know, they've got such a huge farm up there with such a variety of fruit, you know, and they're really open about letting you have a taste and have a look. So get up there if you can, and thanks everyone. We'll catch you on the next video. Bye.
To the right with the potato or dragon fruit. It's known to be good for the memory, dragon fruit, and assists in lowering cholesterol.
Amazon garden.
We're in the Amazon garden. Amazon fruits, including Abiu to the left, also known as caramel fruit, grows to be a larger and yellow coloured fruit.
Jackfruit.
Go with your hand, put your hand in there, just not crack off. Right. Right, man.
The monkey pot tree.